Loosely later on in the episode, Giselle is caught sucking the blood out of Bambi.
Yo,
that's how she
you know what I did.
herself.
Then the other 2 squad captains came
Yeah.
to try to help him, to try to block it. And what happens? We went right through them too.
Right.
Yeah.
He literally combusted in fire, and he was just like, I don't know how to get this fire off.
It's actually an anime original episode, by the way. Never actually happened in the manga.
Yeah?
I never
Yes,
did.
yes, bro. So today we're gonna talk about how Zero Squad is the GOAT.
Zero Squad?
Yes, the Zero Squad of Bleach, the royal guards of the royal palace that is above the Cerete. They get it in.
Busy.
Lit Squad is what I should call them because they are turned.
Not gonna lie, it finally feels like a war. Not finally, it's been a war, but this has definitely been like another level for sure.
This is definitely the climax of what's going on in this whole arc. I'll tell you that.
I agree. I think that these guys are definitely on a whole nother tier. They're definitely demonstrating that they're not the royal guard. I mean, the 13 court guards from down, down below. That those peons aren't on the same level. But I have to give it to the Your Watch's royal guards as well because they are nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah,
they definitely are the GOATs as well because as we can see, it leaves off in the last episode where you think that these Zero Squad just literally decimates the 4 guards from Your Watch, and little do we know, come to find out that no. That one of them isn't dead. And can you scroll through the names real quick, Josh? So because I want to pronounce his name correctly. He is him right there. Naklevar Askin. Askin is one of the only ones that didn't die.
Yeah.
And he didn't get the final blow. So he's fighting against the Zero Squad, and he's letting him know his power. That's how we find out his power, where he's able to change the lethal dosage in somebody's blood system to basically be you could either have too much or too less blood, and he can kill you. So he starts going off.
Not gonna lie, it was very confusing. I love how they acknowledge how confusing his power was.
Absolutely.
Right.
And like he even said, it's like, man, I don't even like talking about it because it's kind of confusing. But here it goes anyways. And I'm like, I understand why you don't talk about it.
Right.
We don't really get
it. Bro's real weird just looking at the blood, just like, look, I just know, I don't really feel like explaining it, but the blood that's in you is gone. I'm like, bro, you mad? You could have poured it out.
To be honest, it's weird. That's the second time in anime that's happened. Because it happened in My Hero Academy.
Yeah, but it was different. Where he licked it.
I mean,
you're
right.
His power was based off
it
of
was different. It was kind of the same.
He had to lick it.
Loosely later on in the episode, Giselle is caught sucking the blood out of Bambi.
Yo,
that's how she regenerates herself. So that's another.
You know what I did.
Going.
You know what I did.
But that was definitely there. No, but I mean, like, the fight that just takes place, man, you think that one team has an advantage, and then all of a sudden the other team's like, reverse.
That's what Bleach is so amazing about.
They're literally not letting you sit down and be like, yo, that nigga did that thing, because then that dude's going to get back up like, but I'm not really dead. Mm-hmm. And now we must continue this fight that you thought you won.
Exactly.
And then they turn the tables, and the other guys are like, no, I didn't lose either. Now I'm turning the tables. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, chest on top of chest on top of chest.
It really was.
Like, whose moves are going to pan out the best?
Right.
And it's just the whole episode back and forth. It's going through different fights. We get back to the Cerete. We jump back down there, and that's why I was mentioning where we see Giselle sucking the blood out of Bambi. Mm-hmm. And go to the we didn't take his name. He's the Stern Raider that bites people. His mouth and
talking about the one that ate Pepe.
Yes.
The one that ate Pepe,
that shows them basically being alive and trying to figure out what's going on. And then all of a sudden, Yoran Watch releases his ultimate ability. Once he thinks his team is down, he says, you know what, them little peons down there, we don't need them. I'm using an ability that basically allows me to take all the power from all my little guys and give it to the big guys up here so that these big guys can get their shit together. They literally said it. All the garbage Quincy's we don't need, we take their powers. That's what teams are for.
Yeah, preface to that, yo, he had to, though, because, what's his name, Mbe? Was putting him in a corner. That boy was a problem. Ichibei.
Yes.
Boy, that boy smacked him. He smacked him and was like, he smacked Rowan Watcher, was like, look, you're disrespectful for touching my hand, and this is the king's hand. I don't like that. Boom. I'm going to smack you for 1,000 Ri. Then he came there and was talking to him while he was like, yo, you was really wild for slapping me like that, boy. Don't you ever put your hand on me like that. That's crazy. You know what? I'm going to slap you the other way, 1,000 Ri the other way, just so you can think about.
Yo, even before.
Think about the decision of ever laying a hand on me.
Right, bro. Even before that, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna beat you from this line to this line. Yep. I'm gonna defeat you in between those lines. But before we even get there, like you said, I'm gonna push you all the way. What 1,000? What 200?
Yeah. 1,000, yo, bro. Top tier talk again, bro. Like everybody's talking a lot of trash, and I'm liking it, boy. Because I tell you what, Ichibei back it up.
Every part.
He definitely did.
Ichibei talk all that trash, but he backed it up. Because what he do in the end, he smacked him right back to the spot he said he was gonna do.
And I'm gonna get back into my point about how you think that a fight's going one way and then it goes into another. Ichibei's so raw, he's out here deleting half of your watch, and basically, Ichibei's power is whatever he's a prequel Sanpakuto. So his sword was the first sword that ever became transfigured to do more, and it was before it was even called a Bankai. So he has the initial first sword that was ever even considered a Sanpakuto. Yeah. So his power is that whatever his black ink touches, he basically changes the name to whatever he feels like.
Takes the name away.
He takes the name away, and then he can change it. He can basically make it what he wants. Yeah. So he basically takes your watch's arms and tells him you can't use half of your abilities now. You're half of you. Then I'm also gonna take half your name. So now you're not even your full name anymore. You're half of who you are.
And I love that the episode kept that going, because when they were talking about You Watch, they kept on shortening his name. Yeah. Where they kept on just saying, like YW or
like the
YWA
change
and
that was
stuff
made
like
was
that. The
permanent.
other characters were talking about it.
Like, I can't even say it. It's literally been erased from existence. Yeah, nobody can even say it.
And what I was saying was because, so that's what I meant when I said that the tables will turn, because you would think, wow, he's took half his name, half his powers. What is he going to do? Your watch don't even, that's how I'm going to use my powers now. Mm-hmm. You could take those powers that you thought you took. I have my own powers that are different. So then he decides to start bringing everybody back. The 4 main people that you thought were dead, Barrio, the Askin, Valkyrie, and Poon, what's his name? Pernita. The 4 4 royal guards plus this guy, Ichigo's best friend. Uryu and Jorgram. Yeah. All of them came back stronger and faster than they were before, with more powers and more everything, resurrected fully. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All off the thought that you thought he was losing. He said, "Losing? What is losing? I have more power. Watch this." Yeah, and now it's a do-over.
Yeah, and they all came back with colorful.
It was honestly, he took the powers from the dead people who didn't need it and redistributed the powers.
Not even dead people, even alive people. You even see Baz B
and everybody.
Yeah, you see Baz B in the girl.
Well, you see that. We don't. He could redistribute it to Baz B. The thing is, he took it from them. And he's redistributing it to the people who need it.
I'm just saying.
So Bosby could have died that way. We don't know.
Well, no, Bosby was just personally like, "This is how you're gonna handle it, King."
Yeah, it was only for the people upstairs, because the way they set it upstairs is only for the people that matter, for the royal guards which are the 6 that were already dead, which were the ones upstairs. Yep. So he took it from everybody. He basically
because they was getting mollywopped by them by the royal guards. The Zero Squad, they was putting the butter cookies to them, boy.
That is absolutely true. And then we switch to the next episode where it transitions off of, we think that the royal guards have won. We think they put the biscuits to them. Mm-hmm. It's over. And then boom, they go with the resurrection. And then the next episode comes in with these guys already knew in advance, giving the hands to the royal squad, just teaching them that this was not the fight you thought it was.
That's the greatness of the Bleach, is that power struggle. You know what I mean? 1 minute you're like, yo, boy, got this. Yo, you think Zero Squad is mollywopping, like, there's no way that this royal guards. Let's go ahead and get this over with. See what the heck. And then next thing you know, boop, they're on a different power level. Like, thanks for the advantage that I got. Now you're on watch. Now I'm about to bop these niggas. And they really putting their hands to them too, though.
I do kind of want to say, though, we kind of do realize that Ichibei did not have any handle or like any problem handling the king.
No, not well. As far as we're concerned,
it didn't seem like
there was no struggle in that.
There was no real struggle, not at all. But
everybody else definitely.
No, yeah, sure. I just they just went off, and I just think that, like you said, that power struggle, that back and forth, where we think somebody's got it, and then all of a sudden these guys turn the table, and I think one of the realest ones of your watch, even though he took an L, but one of his royal guards, Barrio. Because when he first came in, and he thought that he took care of everybody so fast, he was like, yo, nothing's ever hard for us. When has anything been hard? This is just what we do. And then when we come into this scene, when he's brought back, and he shoots this guy, the Zero Squad member, right in the chest, and he pierces everything. And these guys are like, "Yo, what is this new power?" He's just like, "New power? I just didn't choose to use this before." So I'm just like, bro. First of all, you can't really talk like that because you got scraped. All right, you was face down.
Well, we thought he got scraped.
No, he did. He got resurrected. That was the spell. So he did get scraped.
He got resurrected and he was given more power.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's a little bit off kilter with that. Oh, no, that's not what you had before. Your master had to bring you back. But I still think he's real for trying to talk like, yo.
Hey, yo, but he could talk like that because he backed it up.
He did.
He definitely backed it up. And then some too, because not only did he make the whole on Oetsu, then the other 2 squad captains came to try to help him to try to block it. And what happens? We went right through them too.
Right through him. He was like, yo, you thought that this could be blocked, but it still hit him.
And it's funny because he said it the first time. He was like, yeah, every time, and whatever I aim, whatever goes between my target or whatever I'm shooting at thing, it will go through it. Whatever I'm aiming at into my target it's always going to hit.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you do. And I love it because it shows that later when Oetsu will try and position himself right in front of Yuok. So that way, if he does shoot him and it hits him and, it's potentially going to hit Yuok, that's not what happened. Nope. Okay, it stopped right at him. Yeah, and he did mention that before. And it was like, bro, he did tell you that.
Like, bro, you calculated super wrong, dog. You put your life on the line for nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You thought you had a game plan and you didn't.
But what I think is that just the fact that while they were doing that, where like every time the power struggle changes, you really think the other team is getting it. You're like, like when they were dying, you were like, no, this Zero Squad can't die. There's Zero Squad. And then they didn't die. And then they were killing the guys. And they're like, yo, we always knew Zero Squad was going to handle the business. That's Zero Squad. And then they started dying again. And then we're like, Zero Squad, what's going on?
Yo, what's happening?
You can't die like this. And then they turn it around again. And they're like, start killing them. So it's like, okay, Zero Squad, you're getting it together, and I like it. And then here we go again.
Right.
Zero Squad getting scraped out the bottom of the barrel one more time.
Zero Squad was getting scraped.
Bro, but
if we're gonna get into it, bro, when they was like, nah, you thought.
Yep.
That was the most beautiful part because we never seen none of their Bankais before.
None.
So we were like, I was thinking like, yo, when that Bankai is gonna release? We find out,
dude, I was waiting.
that they can't even have their Bankai.
They got
released.
limiters.
They have limiters on everyone's Bankai because anybody's Bankai changes the world.
Yep. No, not just all 3 worlds. So like
all 3 of them.
It gets affected every time one of them uses their Bankai. So that's why they decided to seal it.
Yeah, and a scene none of us thought was gonna happen. They all went down and was like, yo, because they all gave it to Shutada. They was like, yo, you got that? With the girl with the weaving, they was like, oh, yeah, you got that? She was like, yeah, I guess I got it. They was like, yeah, you got 6 hands. So I'm thinking she about to just snap.
1,000 hands.
1,000 hands.
Well, she has 1,000 hands.
Yeah,
you have 1,000 hands, there's only 6 people.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, you could got that. So I'm thinking she about to just 1v1 them. I was like, damn, she about to go ham. They all went down and said, pop. And pretty much they all had to die to unleash the seal of her Bankai.
Yeah.
And she said Bankai. And if I must say, that's probably one of the most beautiful Bankais I've seen.
It really was.
Hands down.
Like, that shit.
Visually, transitionally, spiritually, just animally. It had everything.
Yeah.
There was nothing else I wanted from that.
I'm not gonna lie, it's like I love the fact that her main thing is like stitching and clothing, and it looked like she rolled out a red carpet for them.
Yes.
She did,
bro. She rolled out a red carpet and literally sent every single one of them to their doom.
She made art out of their deaths.
Yes.
Out of all of them.
It was literally like a genjutsu she put them in.
It reminded me of with the domain expansion.
Yeah.
Slash with, oh my god.
It was amazing what she put them in because everybody got their own separate treatment. Like, oh, what is your... All right, cool. I got you. Oh, you're super strong. I'm going to freeze you over.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, you think you're cool? I'm going to trap you in this...
sand. Quicksand.
Quicksand. Oh, yeah, with the Dimension guy, I'm going to put you in the quicksand. This guy, I'm going to fold spikes traps on you, and now you're sealed away forever. And it was like, everybody had their specific thing that they were going to get mollywopped with. And it was... oh, my goodness. It was top tier done.
Beauty. Like, I've never seen... such a sophisticated, and we've seen some imaginative Bankais.
Yeah.
And I've seen some ways that, multiple characters have been taken out. But just purely on the scale of, she was so just masterful with it. So elegant, so professional.
Yeah.
With the way she took
The thing
It
is,
definitely felt like a Zero Squad Bankai.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at.
Like
it delivered on the Zero Squad Bankai. Because you would expect the Bankai from the Zero Squad to be absolutely outrageous. Crazy.
Out of pocket.
And I love that they had to select one person Bankai, and they was like, go ahead, handle that. And it was like, thank you. Yeah. Right. Because this was exactly what we needed.
Do want to let you guys know there was actually an anime original episode, by the way. What? That Bankai never actually happened in the manga.
Yeah,
I never did.
Yes, bro. So that amazement that I had, that you guys had, I had. Which
it was a great addition. I tell you that. I'm glad they added that.
Yes. They gave us a movie for that alt, and I mean that alt. That
it was an alt.
It is an alt.
Yeah.
But that Bankai they use, and that's what I. And again, that happened only after we thought that Zero Squad was on their last leg.
Yes.
We were like, finally, they're on their last leg. This back and forth is done. Boom! They hit you with another left hook from almost on the floor, falling down.
Right.
Bow! What do you thought this was?
Yep.
And release an ultimate Bankai that sets everybody into their fucking. Now, as Bleach is, we didn't see anybody physically.
Nobody physically died.
Nope.
So at this point, all 6 could still be visibly alive.
Yes.
We might get another
we already
reverse.
know that he's not dying. Jorgrum ain't dying. Because he's technically Yoren Watch's right-hand man.
It's not even just that. I feel like he hasn't done much.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Uryu is probably not dead either.
Uryu's not dying because he's the anti-hero hero.
Exactly.
Right. So
he has to meet Ichigo for them to have that Ichigo fight.
So plot twist. We know this is not the end, but some of them might die.
Yeah.
But we know that this ability that she used has potential on anybody else. Granted, whoever's going to survive on some fluky shit.
Because everybody else was worried except those two.
Yeah. Right. Everybody else was like, no. And that's what I noticed it too. These niggas was like, whatever.
Unemotional. He had no emotions.
Like, dude was getting burnt to a crisp, like, eh.
He was like, get away from me.
Yeah, he was like, I'll get out of this suit.
He didn't even scream when, like, he literally combusted in fire and he was just like, I don't know how to get this fire off of me.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't even nothing like he was panicking or nothing. So it was like, all right, I can't count him out. Like,
yeah, exactly. So, you know, it literally showed us that this, one thing Bleach has done the entire time is kept us on our toes. You can never fully guess what's going to happen next, except for something like we know these niggas aren't going to die based on interpretations of what we know. Right. But realistically speaking, who knows? Mm-hmm. They might kill one of them niggas. It might just be Urua or whatever. And he might be the only one to live. Everybody died.
Everybody died.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't know, but what I do like is that they're keeping us on our toes. They're making us want to come back next week. Obviously, now we're not going to get one next week because this is a 2-piecer finale. Mm-hmm. But if it was an episode next week, you wouldn't miss it.
Yeah.
You would make sure to be up early enough to watch this episode.
You're like, no, I need to get that.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then the last thing that we're going to get into with Bleach was the fact that Ichibe. The last part of the Ichibe fight against Yoren Watch.
Man, bro.
Man, that whole fight was amazing, though. Period. From start to finish. Because Yoren Watch up to now has been seemed like he's unstoppable. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Ichibe has been the anti-Yoren Watch. Yes. Like, he literally, like, every move that Yoren Watch is just, like, thinking he's cocky with, Ichibe literally was like, boy, respect your elders. Yep. Don't refer to me like that. Boy, how much times? Yeah, all right, let me cut you down. Yep. All right, cool. Let me beat you up. And in just that end fight is just amazing because he's at the end he boosted his people up. You know what I mean? But then in this fight too with Ichibe, he shows you what his Bankai is really about. Mm-hmm. Well, not Bankai, but he shows you what his sword is really about.
I love how you said it because it's like, you know what? People will call this a Bankai, but you know, I made this before that it was even a thing. That's how raw it was when he just whipped it out.
That's how you know he's numero uno captain.
Yeah. Yep. He is that man.
And it's something so simple as like it takes your name away and it makes you basically nothing. Mm-hmm. Like it doesn't. You're like, oh, that's his power. He just takes your name away. At first, when you hear it,
you're like,
it doesn't mean it doesn't sound like it's strong. But
but what's the number one rule in anime? Always name your move. There hasn't been an anime where there's a move that hasn't been named. Yeah, that's true. You have a name for your move. So if you take away that name for the move, it's just a normal slash. That's true. It's just like I can do the same thing you just did. Yep. And it means nothing. So low key means like it seems stupid, but it's like literally like an overpowered move.
Yeah, like at one point he said like I'm gonna take the M away from arm, so now you have R, and what he's doing is his arms are just dangling. Yeah, he couldn't activate it or he couldn't use it at all.
Yep, and it was just It was just crazy. And then you see the fight where he covers him all the way. He takes all his name off. You know, you no longer have a name. He was like, you know what? I'll rename you. I'll rename you Black Ant. Yep. So I can squash you like the little black ant you are. And he puts the black ant on him. And it was masterful that way he did it too. I'm not gonna lie. I loved how he did the calligraphy of it. I'm not sure if that's how you say that in Japanese.
It was
I love the way he did the calligraphy on that and then stamped it on him and then finished him off with the straight sumo stomp like a real ant, bro. That's why I loved how he did it. Man. He literally put him as an ant and finished him like an ant.
Yep. Sent him right down going towards the Sarate as if he never was up there in the first place.
Yeah.
And it leaves us to believe that the fight's over, that's it for Urine Watch, that his court guards are done, and this is it, that the Royal Palace defended himself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I don't believe that. Because after we figure all that out, we see one of the 12 captains. Can I see his name real quick? He's the 13th court guard captain. He's taking over everything now. He's basically, damn, his name is hard.
Jushiro Kitaka?
Him right there.
Oh, you talking about the Jiro?
Yeah, man. So he's over here talking about, it's no longer about the Sarate. It's about the Royal Palace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows that he's about to go have to put hands up at the Royal Palace because now he is in charge of the Sarate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is number one now.
He's the new
So
Yamamoto.
he can't just sit down in the Sarate and
do
be
nothing.
Yeah, because especially after he just saw all the Quincy's are pretty much dead.
Yep.
So he's like, ain't really much for me to do down here. And then we see the 13th Division Utake is finally about to get into the business.
Right, the boy been sick for fucking ages.
The longest.
Yeah. But you saw something really
his best moment is him coughing up blood.
Facts.
Yeah, right.
Facts.
But you did see a raw moment with him. You see like the little shadow and it looked
yeah. I mean, that was, I guess, is his rawest moment. But before that, we thought he was just a sickly...
Yeah, the last time he fought was during the Espadas.
Yeah.
When he was fighting the Espadas, and that was 100 years ago.
100.
So, it shows that there's definitely going to be more to that fight coming up.
It, though.
And I think that what we saw now and going into the next core, because the first two cores have only done but give us the greatness that we've decided to embellish and to enjoy. Yeah. And I have not been let down in any of the first two seasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think my verdict on the final two episodes, the finale of Bleach, was 10 out of 10. I think they gave masterfully displayed exactly what we wanted to see. We obviously everybody's mad about Ichigo, and we're still gonna wait about that, but that's the build up for the next season. But if you take Ichigo out of the equation, you just say, yo, you watch Bleach on pure hands and pure people getting fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm okay. It gave me everything this season that I could have asked for in every way, shape, or form. Anybody's fight who was important that we've wanted to see fight has put up a fight.
Yeah.
It hasn't been no quick shit, no in and out, no, oh man, I'm gonna give an ability and then die. No, these men have given everything in these fights. And we have seen nothing but top tier animation during these fights. They have not slacked off.
Yeah.
You've never seen a fight and was like, man, that was subpar. No, every fight has been legit. So me personally, 10 out of 10. They did not mess up this season except for the week that they skipped. And what did they do? They say, here you go, nigga. End of the season, they say, let me get you a two-piece.
Two-piece.
You know what I'm saying?
With a biscuit.
10 out of 10. No qualms here. Best anime of this season, hands down to me.
Okay. That's bold.
Hands down.
That's
bold. He went there.
I can see it though. I can see it.
He went there, but Bleach has been really consistent. Like
it really has.
They really hasn't let you down. Like they put this part of the arc in there, and this arc has delivered. Like if you ask for an arc, this is an arc that you would suggest somebody to watch because it's like, yo, it gives you a little bit of story. And it gives you the hands.
Yep.
Like, and then the thing is you kind of expect, like, so there's a little expectation that there's a back and forth struggle going on. But every time you're invested in that back and forth struggle. You know what I mean? It's not like, yo, I know this is going to happen. It's like, man, I know, I'm pretty sure. Please come back. Please come back. You know what I mean? They come back. Like, the 13 guards come back. But then the Yoan watches and the Ritters come back. So it's just that internal struggle of that fight. And it gives you kind of a little bit of the sameness, but you love every last bit of it. Like, it's not a repetitiveness of how the internal struggles there are. So I really love it. My final verdict on is going to be like a 9-7. Those last two episodes, I love how they won. And I really give it because they gave us 2 episodes.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, my gosh. It was
a pleasant surprise.
Yo, it was amazing. Because you would be low-key mad because you took that last week off. I mean, that week off, and you're like, dang, bro, you kind of gypped me on that. They was like, no, here you go. Yep. 2 beautiful, masterful episodes of a great thing. I'm gonna give it a 9.8, but it was just really amazing. It was I love that Bleach did that.
I'm happy that with the fact that he threw out 2 episodes, gave it a 0.1 extra in rating.
He did.
He's like, it's a 9.7, and they gave me 2 episodes, so it's a 9.8,
bro.
I take it.
It's a 9.8, bro, because you gave me 2 of those.
There you go. That's that works for me.
As a manga reader, since I've kind of know how the events kind of flow. Again, this is the beauty of anime, because when I watch it, I do forget a lot of stuff that's happened. So I feel like things happen for me for like the first time all over again. It's like I'm watching it for the first time all over again. And again, with the whole anime original Bankai of her, that never happened in the manga at all.
It was beautiful. So again,
it was beautiful and a pleasant surprise.
I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, for me, like on a final verdict, I will say the last 2 episodes would definitely basically a 10 out of 10. The last 2 episodes. Yeah, I'll say for the season, I will give it a solid 9.9. I will say I will give it a solid 9, and just because that I feel like we had so much build up on the first season with Ichigo and training and everything, and then we just got kind of like a little glimpse of it, which it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because in this season, it's more showcasing everybody else, and I do enjoy that and I do love that
because they have to show the power scale. My bad.
Exactly. No, you're right. They have to show the power scale. But I just do feel like again, Ichigo is basically kind of sidelined for the season. Yeah. Even though we do see little glimpses, like again, they showed him a little bit on these episodes, and I don't know, the whole struggle that he has with the whole struggle that Ichigo has with Uryu, it's not hitting me as I wish it did. It doesn't feel like urgent or anything like that. And I really do wish that they would have fixed that. And again, that's the only glaring issue I have. Besides that, everything else is perfect. The animation has been top tier. I have no problems with how the episode's been, especially the last 5 episodes have been freaking amazing. Everything, I want to say the last 5 episodes are 10 out of 10. I don't think there's anything wrong with them.
Yep.
Besides Ichigo.
Thanks everybody for watching this video. Find the full version on.
Click right around here somewhere. I don't know where.
Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.